Scope.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at the Weather Channel, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm Marshall Sayce, and of course, you know Vivian.
Good morning.
Vivian Brown and I watching this ice in Connecticut. About a quarter of an inch we have reports now on trees and power lines, and snow to the north of there. It's been snowing in Boston most of the night now.
That's right. We've been talking about this wintry mix that would build over the northeast all day yesterday. We were talking about the cold air coming in and the snow from the west and moisture from the south. Running into cold air that's already in place, and we set the stage. That's what we're waking up to this morning. Let's show you that.
What about the snow in Mississippi?
Oh, I know. Now that was a little surprise.
Sure was.
But we'll certainly talk about that too. Let's show you our northeastern storm, because that area of low pressure is just off the coast of New Jersey this morning, and you can pretty much see now, based on the color code here at the Weather Channel, you know that the white means snow, the orange means freezing rain or sleet, and of course the green represents where we have rain. Now it has been pretty much all snow from Portland, Maine to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Boston, Mass reporting the snow, Worcester, Mass reporting snow. Moderate snow in Worcester this morning, with winds generally out of the northeast in excess of 25 miles an hour, visibilities down to 1/2 of a mile. So it's definitely winter-like across much of Massachusetts. That snow extends into Albany, New York, the Capital District, up to Messina. Around Poughkeepsie, we have reports of freezing rain this morning, and we've had some icy patches here over central Connecticut. Around the Hartford vicinity, we've had reports of a quarter of an inch of ice accumulating on some of the trees and everything in the area. So it's really a mess over central Connecticut, eastern Pennsylvania here. Right along the immediate Cape Cod area, though, is where we have rain now. It's raining in places like Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket, right near the Cape. But as you head inland, even as far east as Boston, and again, it is snow this morning. Here's a look at the temperatures now. Boston, you're hovering right around the freezing mark, 33 degrees. We think several inches can fall before all said and done. The forecast today, anywhere from 3 to 6 inches in downtown Boston. 39 right now in New York, 24 in Albany, and again, right here, just north of my hand, all precipitation has been in the form of snow with this colder air. Burlington, Vermont checking in with 11, 14 with snow in Bangor, Maine. Now, New York, you're well above freezing, so we have rain at the John F. Kennedy, LaGuardia this morning, 41 in Philadelphia, and 38 in our nation's capital. Here's a look at the radar out of the area, and again, you do see snow here, quite a bit of precipitation pushing northward into that cold air. All of this is snow, Concord, New Hampshire, and even around Portsmouth, Portland, Maine, over to the Capital District. Moderate snow right here, as you see by the darker green, so it's coming down at a pretty good clip in east central New York this morning. Again, Poughkeepsie, we have reports of freezing rain, and it's generally rain right along the coast here. Falmouth reporting rain this morning. But again, if you go north and west, and that's when you'll run into the snow, and the northwestern suburbs of Boston can really pick up some pretty significant amounts as we go through the day today. Now, a little farther south, of course, this being the Long Island area and New York, it's generally rain scattered across southeastern Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia, Atlantic City, New Jersey, reporting some light rain, Dover, Delaware, down to Salisbury, Maryland. Well, we had freezing rain about this time yesterday morning in our nation's capital, but the warmer air has moved in and just a few showers, mainly to your south and east, D.C., and we have there was some rain around Richmond, Virginia, along Interstate 95. A little farther south, you find more rain and even a few thunder showers, the Outer Banks of North Carolina near Wilmington, down to Charleston and Myrtle Beach. And let's keep going southward along the radar scene, and you find more wet weather scattered over Florida, just north and west of Fort Lauderdale, east and south of Orlando, and northwest of Orlando too. A little stretch of rain with some embedded storms along Interstate 75. Now, here is the system we were talking about earlier when we detailed the snow across the lower Mississippi Valley, the southeast. It's because of an upper level low We knew there would be precipitation around, but we didn't know that it would be in the form of snow. That's because that cold air aloft with our upper level low has been pushed to the surface. So the precipitation is falling in the form of snow. We have reports of snow around Meridian this morning up to Columbus, Mississippi and near Tupelo. We have reports of some ice in Jackson, western Tennessee, not Jackson, Mississippi, Jackson, Tennessee here. And it's all because it's wrapping around that upper level low and a lot of cold air associated with it. We cannot rule out the chance of maybe some rain and snow mixed around the Atlanta metro area as this upper level low centers itself right over northern Georgia. We'll have to watch that. Temperatures right now, again, 28 in Little Rock, so below freezing across the central parts of Arkansas and northern Mississippi and western Tennessee. Let's show you what it looks like now, our water vapor loop as we wind the system up across the southeast. This one will eventually move north and east, so more unsettled weather over the northeast. Little system swinging across the upper Midwest and another in the Pacific Northwest. Snow here, a couple of inches maybe around the Minneapolis area, nothing too heavy. This system will move into Chicago tomorrow. And with more details on your forecast, here's Marshall.
Thanks, Viv. I was just reading a statement indicating that in northern Mississippi there are some reports of somewhere between 2 and 7 inches of snow that has accumulated. Now, that'll probably compact pretty quick, but that's what's fallen here. Looks like a Chattanooga to Birmingham to Meridian, Mississippi line in terms of the precipitation affecting any roadways, if you will. But by the time it gets to this area, it's going to work some colder air down to the surface. You might see some snow flurries, probably not anything to get concerned about in the highways, except in extreme northwest Georgia, perhaps in extreme northern Alabama. Forecast for today is for this mess to continue to move to the north, and it's going to bring some continuing snows for much of the western portions of the northeast. And Boston looks like it's going to snow all day long today. New York, rain.
Introducing Mediterranean, the first pasta sauce to take you beyond Italian to the Mediterranean. Mediterranean, rich, red, and remarkable. Go beyond.